The views, opinions, and content expressed in this episode do not necessarily reflect the views and values of Zapcast or any of its members or affiliates and carries no association to Zapcast, its objectives and values. Listener discretion is advised. Shout out to Zapcast Studios in Johannesburg for supporting content creators with the use of their studio. Find out more about them by emailing hello@zapcast.org or follow them on their social media platforms at Zapcast_studios on Instagram and TikTok, at SA Zapcast on Twitter, and Zapcast SA on Facebook.
The views expressed by the guests. Okay, Yoke's go outside, bro.
Okay, wait.
Okay, can I go again? Yeah. The views expressed by the guests of the weekly order do not necessarily reflect those. Okay, sorry. And I'm going to go in 3, 2, 1. The views expressed by the guests of the weekly order do not necessarily reflect those of the hosts. I'm slurring. Okay. The views expressed by the guests of the weekly order do not necessarily reflect those of the weekly order itself. Thanks.
Okay, but now stop looking up because that looks weird.
I'm trying to focus, bro.
Yeah.
The views expressed by the guests of the weekly order do not necessarily represent those of the weekly order. The views expressed by the guests of the weekly order do not necessarily reflect those of the weekly order itself.
And maybe I'll say
The views expressed. The views expressed by the guests of the weekly order on the show do not necessarily.
okay, sorry.
On the show.
Okay.
The views expressed by the guests of the weekly order on the show do not necessarily represent. Okay, this is going to be the final one. The views expressed by the guests on the weekly order. The views expressed by the guests of the weekly order on the show do not necessarily represent the fucking show itself. If it was reading, it'd be easier. Okay, hush. You made this difficult because now the whole sentence structure's off. Fucking give me your Afrikaans English here, I must speak.
The views and opinions of the guests on the show.
Okay, there we go. The views and the opinions of the guests on the show do not necessarily represent those of the weekly order itself.
Okay, guys, welcome back to the weekly order. Last week we dived into Baldelphine a bit, right? And we spoke about OnlyFans. So, what better way to find out more about OnlyFans than find someone who's on OnlyFans, bro? You can introduce yourself. This is Natasha Barnard.
Awesome. So yeah, I'm Natasha Michelle Barnard. I'm 24 years old. I live just here in Northcliffe.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm really excited to answer some questions today.
Yeah, I think we have a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't play our intro song.
Yeah, it's a song. Okay, so I think we're gonna get right into it. I think how we're gonna structure this is we're just gonna ask you basically how you feel about OnlyFans as someone that's on the platform itself compared to how people view people that might be on OnlyFans. So I don't know if you have any thoughts on that. Like how did you feel about OnlyFans before you got onto OnlyFans?
So initially, let me start by saying I'm in a relationship.
Yeah.
Luckily, he's not a jealous boyfriend. He's very supportive. He's very, happy to let me, whatever makes me happy, that's what makes him happy. So it's great that I have that support behind me. So how it all started was initially it was a big no from him. It was, because we didn't know much about it. We didn't do research yet. We didn't know much about it yet. So basically it was a no. So anyway, then I had 2 business partners approach me. So I actually started this, so I actually opened up my own company, PTY Ltd company, called Crave Digital.
Okay.
Because obviously for the tax benefits, because it's obviously you get paid in US dollars, and I wanted to just do things right by the book.
So this was for your OnlyFans?
Yeah.
You opened a company?
OnlyFans, yeah. So I took it to that level because I just wanted, it was to do with the whole tax purposes of it, because I think you get, from what I understand, you get taxed less as a business than you do as an individual.
Yeah, I did tax law quite a while back.
Yeah.
I forgot that.
So yeah, it was basically just to make it more professional, and then also I can then invoice from that company. I can then do etc.
Invoice,
So
okay.
so yeah, it's
Yeah.
quite nice. So I started the whole. So they approached me. They said, okay, let's split the shares. Whatever the case is.
So they seen you on OnlyFans already and then decided to partner with you. How did they approach you?
No, so it's people that I know.
Oh,
It's
okay.
people that I know
Okay.
personally, and then they approached me and they said, okay, cool, let's do this, and
So-
we'll take a small cut of the profit or whatever. We'll manage the
Okay.
page for you, because at that stage, that's how my boyfriend accepted it, is that
Yeah.
someone else was going to be running it for me from the start. So I didn't really have to do much in the beginning. But then we realized that's not working. They pulled out. So yeah, so in the beginning, I had a very, I wouldn't say negative, but from what I heard about it, it was just, it was just porn and like nudity. And
Yeah.
But once I actually did research on OnlyFans and dove into it a little bit more, I found out that there's not only it's not only for nudes. There's cooking, there's sports, there's a whole fitness. Fitness is a
Yeah.
big part of it. There's a whole range of things, so it's not just about nudity and sexual things at
Yeah.
all. And that's what I found quite interesting about it. So after I did more research about OnlyFans and everything, boyfriend agreed to let me do it, and yeah, that's basically how it started. And now that I'm in it and I've been doing it for a few months, I have a completely new view on it. It's absolutely awesome, and I realize that I've been giving all these guys things for free, and now I'm capitalizing on
Yeah.
it. So
Make your boyfriend start paying.
yeah, exactly. He actually deserves
Yeah.
a little cut for letting me do it.
So it hasn't put
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
it hasn't put any strain on the relationship then, in terms of you and your boyfriend. I mean, because you don't even have to be a jealous type to like have an issue with it.
Exactly.
I think it takes like a specific type of person to be okay. It hasn't strained the relationship at all.
I wouldn't say at all. It definitely has a little bit, but he'd never let it get to the point where it's starting to make me miserable. He'd never stop me from doing it. He supports me 100%, but we have an agreement that he doesn't want to know about it. He doesn't want to talk about it. He doesn't want to see it.
So he's not the
So-
cameraman or anything like
no,
that.
no, and I get a ton of requests for obviously sexual things with him, and he's not willing to do that at all. So yeah, he's really not. He's very shy. He's not that kind of person. So yeah. But I'm slowly, I'm trying to edge him on. I'm trying to push him a little bit.
Tell him,
because,
Get him
let's do this,
involved.
let's
yeah,
get the
because
bread.
that's what's gonna.
That's what the
bring
people
in-
want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Give
So
the people what
let's
they
just take
want.
it back. How old were you when you started? When you had this idea, let's do this?
Well, I just started in last year's September, so
Okay, so you're quite
August
new, yeah.
actually. So it's very, very
Yeah.
new, very, very
That's
new. Still,
crazy,
there's
yeah.
still a lot to learn on the platform. It's
Yeah.
actually quite a confusing. There's so many things you can do, and you have to market yourself in a certain way, and it's actually quite complicated. And with my
imagine.
full-time job, it's kind of difficult to focus on OnlyFans. So it's more of my side hustle
So,
thing,
yeah.
but I'm really enjoying it.
I don't know if you've heard about Patreon. Do you know what Patreon is?
Yes.
Yeah, so Patreon's basically what I would say the PG version of OnlyFans.
Of OnlyFans, yeah.
I don't really think you get a lot of
Isn't Patreon just where they pay?
So no, yeah, Patreon it's a lot of creatives use it. Like I've always told you guys, bro.
Yeah.
It's support their hustles, bro. And I think OnlyFans, like you're sort of describing now, maybe had that idea from the beginning,
Yeah.
but for some reason though, it's got a stereotype of just being for nudity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
'Cause we-
Okay. Yes,
yeah.
that is the majority of it.
I was just about to say, which is the most popular? Because you mentioned fitness and all that other stuff, but I'm pretty sure.
I don't think I'm going to be subscribing for fitness tips.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And even cooking, I don't know, I haven't explored OnlyFans much yet. I don't really follow many people, and the people that I do follow is just kind of to get ideas of what I can also post.
It's like the
I
dark
don't-
side of cooking.
I actually, I'm wondering what the whole cooking thing is, but from what I've heard, it's not all about the nudity. There's a whole bunch of things. Apparently the fitness portion is quite big, but I'm assuming it's things like challenges and packages you can buy and personal training, online courses and stuff like that. I'm assuming that's how they're making their money, because obviously it's easy for a naked girl on
Yeah.
OnlyFans to make money, because you're,
Definitely. Nudity
naked.
sells, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sex
At the end
sells,
of the
let's
day.
be honest.
Yeah,
Sex
dude.
does sell.
Female.
And we have to capitalize on
Have
that.
you ever bought an OnlyFans, bro? Have you ever purchased an OnlyFans?
No. So in my preparation for this,
Yeah, you
I
bought-
went onto OnlyFans and then
Yeah.
it asked me for like card details and stuff before I could do
That's
anything.
always also when I get like freaked out.
So then I
bro,
was like,
yeah.
I don't know, bro.
Back
Yeah,
to
I just
porn
want to
for
check
you.
this out. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think that deters people a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know my way around technology well enough for that stuff.
Because here's like the thing, bro. Like most guys, whether they want to admit it or not, bro, they will obviously indulge in some sort of like, you know, porn kind of vibe, bro. But they'll go to something that's free usually, Pornhub or whatever, dude. Why do you think people would go from something like Pornhub, something that's free, to a paid service all of a sudden?
So it's simple, because porn, half the time you're not going to know who that person is.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's great to get you off for the moment, but it's so much more exciting when there's a real person, a real girl from Joburg on OnlyFans that now is inviting you into that very
Exclusive
intimate
club,
and exclusive part of her life and her body, and it just makes it that much more exciting because now it's someone that's real and
Yeah.
lives in the same city
Understand
as
that,
you.
bro.
Do you interact with your fans and stuff? Like, do you message them and things like
how
that?
does it work?
It's like
Yes.
a personal touch, maybe.
Yeah, so
That,
let me explain
Like
how
an
it works.
autograph.
Yeah. So let me explain how it works. So you can, when you set up an OnlyFans page, you can choose to either do a free subscription or a paid subscription. So I went with the paid subscription. So it's only $6.99 to subscribe to my page, and that's it. That entitles you to certain things. Then over and above, you get sent PPV things to unlock. So the whole point is to make your caption as exciting and enticing as possible, because that's going to make them click unlock to see posts. So for example, I'll do a little preview of just me and my bra, whatever the case is, and then I'll say unlock post to see me take off my bra and play with my boobs.
So it's like
Okay.
it's like YouTube, bro. It's like clickbait and stuff. Like
exactly,
you
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
exactly. So you have to entice them. You have to use very enticing captions. Then they're like, "Ooh, I want to see that.
I wanna see
Unlock."
more.
So you
Yeah.
The
charge
second they
extra
click-
for, so there'll be the subscription and then a fee on like a picture
Yeah,
or a video or
exactly.
something like that.
So yeah, you subscribe and you get to see certain things just for being a subscriber, but obviously not too much. Like I'll post
Yeah.
a free titty pic here and there or whatever the case is. But over and above that, if you want to see the good stuff, you're going to have to pay for it. But what's quite nice is that I have a VIP option. So to become a VIP, all you need to do is tip me $100. And you automatically, it's a once-off fee, and you automatically become a VIP, and that gives you access to all titty pictures are for free, and then anything else you want over and above that you pay for. But then your stand-up subscribers will pay full price, your VIPs will pay half price. So it's a big benefit being a VIP, because then
yeah.
you don't, you pay half of whatever the stand-up subscribers are paying for.
Yeah, and you just paid that once
and
off.
you get a ton of pictures for free.
And just bring it back to Bal Delphine, bro. Her VIP package or whatever, her top tier package was $2,500 per person, bro.
Is that the once-off fee that you're talking about?
Yeah. So Bal Delphine had this package that was like 2.5, bro. Like there was YouTube videos that were made about it, like people buying it and then like reacting to it and stuff. dude.
Yeah, so you can either choose to make it a once-off. I just decided
Yeah.
to make it a once-off $100 fee, because then I'll still make money from them over and above with all the things I send. But then,
There's a lot to it, eh? Like I'm
Yeah,
realizing now,
it's-
like. So here's a weird question, right? Because Fraser always wants to like classify people that work in this trade as something, and he calls them sex workers. Do you feel like you are a sex worker? Or how do you feel like about the question? Like when people ask that, like what is like if you're in law?
What is
you're
the
a lawyer,
polite way
yeah.
to say it? Because
Okay.
they gave me shit last time because I said, not necessarily the OnlyFans models being sex workers. I said the people who started it, who were initially, well, I don't even know if that's the case, but like sex workers who started it, they moved from, say, for example, Pornhub to OnlyFans. Are they not called sex workers?
I guess you can call them that. I wouldn't call myself a sex
It
worker.
sounds
I
weird, yeah.
I feel like you're a sex worker if you're actually having sex with people for money. Yes, I am selling nude images of my body, but I still don't consider myself a sex worker, Also because I don't post, I don't post porn. You know, I post no sexual content with my boyfriend or significant other. I don't post things with like toys and stuff. So if I was taking it that far, then yes, maybe I would be a sex worker. But I think I'm just a sexual content creator. I don't know what
That's
you
a good
would-
way. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Erotic
Yeah.
content creator.
Yeah,
That sounds better.
I like that too.
I'll make
yeah.
a note of
Yeah,
that going
exactly.
forward.
Going
Thanks.
forward, yeah.
Going around calling people sex workers.
What do you think I do? Just drive in my car and shout at people, calling them sex workers. I was just trying to get a grip on it. And with the fact that it's in dollars, does that present complications and stuff like that?
Initially, yes, because so obviously going back to what I said before, I opened a company, PTY Ltd. But in order to make an OnlyFans profile, it is a moorse process because they need because they obviously now need to confirm that it's really you, so that there's no identity fraud and everything. So there's, I struggled for about a week to just open my profile. I had to send a clear picture of my face next to my ID. My ID had to be clear. My
It makes
passport.
sense because if you're just sitting there sending someone else's nudies
Exactly.
on, making
And it's
They
pretty
have
money
easy
off
to
it.
do that, yeah.
Exactly.
I
They
didn't
have
think
to
of
make
that,
sure
bro.
it's the real person. Otherwise, someone could be making money off me.
And they based in England or
Yes. So it's a UK. So I don't know why they're in dollars. If it's a UK-based company, not sure why it's in dollars.
Universally, bro, like around the whole globe.
but because
Dollars
the
Yeah.
just the payments of foreign currency, doesn't that not become difficult?
No, not at all. So the only difficulty I had was because I opened my company, when I was trying to make withdrawals into my company account, it wasn't working because I'm on the profile as Natasha and now I'm trying to get money into Crave Digital. So they were like, sorry, it's not the same
It's not
person.
matching.
It's not matching.
Yeah.
So I've now had to just put it into my personal account, which is what I was trying to avoid because the whole reason I opened the company was to put, the
Well,
money.
you're not a
To use the
director of the
company
company,
tax, I
though.
suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't you have signing powers and stuff like that?
Yeah, absolutely. But they won't let me withdraw the money out of OnlyFans into the business account. So it had to go into my personal account, and then I transferred it from my personal account into my business
Okay, I
account
see.
because it didn't link, it didn't match.
Okay, so let's get to one of the big questions. Okay, you've only done it for a couple of months, but how much money do you make on OnlyFans, or roughly, or what's the most you've made, or is there
Okay.
anything significant?
So since I started on some middle of August somewhere,
Yeah,
to date, I've made over $20,000.
that's
Wowzers.
mad.
That's not bad, eh?
And has it
It's
been
crazy.
quite consistent each month, or some months been better? Like lockdown, was that a super good time? Because everyone's stuck at home and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're
exactly.
spending
Yeah.
more or.
Exactly.
Sorry, I
for
worded
the
that so badly.
Yeah. Well, for the first 2-3 months, obviously it was booming because I already had a massive following from my Instagram, and
Yes,
I
okay,
was
yeah,
getting
yeah.
questions daily about show me nudes, whatever.
Yeah.
So obviously I had that influx of people that were waiting for this moment. So
That's crazy, man.
that
Yeah.
I mean
Yeah.
within I think it was within 6-7 minutes. Because I had a promotion. I said first 50 subscribers, 50% off or whatever, and within 6 minutes I had 50 people.
So the response has
So-
been like pretty positive.
Yeah,
Because you would think like
very.
maybe there would have been like a bit of hate as well.
Exactly.
And I'm sure you probably do get maybe every now and then.
Yeah, every now and then. I'm really surprised though. I've
For the most
barely
part.
I've barely received hate from people. Barely. I mean, I can't even recall if I've received any hate from anyone.
That's quite
That's
surprising.
awesome.
Yeah, very surprising.
That's amazing.
But I think people are kind of used to it. I mean, my Instagram was quite raunchy
That's
to
what I
begin
wanted to,
with.
that's what I wanted to ask. Was your
I think people are
Instagram?
just used to it.
Yeah, was your Instagram a bit risky beforehand?
Yeah, definitely. Like I would post nudes and then just cover it with a little
okay.
scratch mark or whatever.
okay.
So
Because
yeah,
we have a
I
mutual
think-
friend, right? Who obviously helped us get you on the show, and
Yes.
she told me that you had an Instagram account with over 20,000 followers, or whatever, and that got taken down.
Yeah, it got removed because I was obviously posting very risque content
Yeah.
because the rules on Instagram initially were no nudity. So I was covering nipples, I was covering everything, But then it just seemed to get very, very strict. So even if I was covering, it's still considered
Yeah, it's
sexual
still taken down.
solicitation and going against the community guidelines. And they warned me and they warned me and they warned me. And I was trying to see where the line is, where they draw the line. And yeah, one day they just said, sorry for you.
That's that bloody
your
Mark
so thank
Zuckerberg.
God. So thank God. I know. So thank God I started OnlyFans while I still had that following.
Oh,
Otherwise, I would
crazy.
never be where I am now, and I would never be making the money I am now.
Now, do you have, I mean, you've obviously got friends and stuff like that. Do you have any people that are close to you that follow you on OnlyFans?
Yes.
Does that not
That
make it
is
hellishly
strange.
uncomfortable?
It's very strange.
It's a
like
good
there's
question,
a few
bro.
guys I went to high school with that are on there that I know have girlfriends and wives and stuff, and I'm like, oh my word! Like even my brother's friends are on there.
Can you see who
Yeah,
is
exactly.
following you?
Or do they give you like a
use
code name?
Yeah, code name. So some of them will put their real name. They don't give a
Name and surname. I'm proud.
Street address.
but like one guy asked me yesterday, can the content creator see the email address of the person? And I'm like, why? You worried if I know who you are? And he's like, no, you definitely don't know me. And I'm like, then you wouldn't be asking me that. But yeah, a lot of them will eventually come out of their shell and be like, well, maybe I should tell you who I am. I'm so and so from high school, and I'm like, you're my girlfriend.
You just got caught, son.
Yeah, but I would never drop anyone in the shit. Like I'm here to have fun, and they're there to support me. I'm here to.
Yeah, at the end of
have
the day,
fun.
you're getting paid. So
Exactly. So I don't give a shit.
So how does it work with the interaction with you? I mean, they can obviously communicate with you.
Yeah.
So-
So they can send me messages. So what's quite nice is that some girls, some girls that are on OnlyFans, will charge. So they'll have a free subscription, but then you have to add a tip to every message if you want to send them a message. So that's for girls that have like millions and thousands of followers, because obviously you can't talk to 1,000
Yeah.
people all day. So they make it so that you have to add a tip to the message in order to send it. Whereas I have anyone can message me for free, but obviously I'll reply when I have time. And my VIPs get priority messaging.
And now you must get some weird ones on those messages.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You must get some
definitely.
strange things there.
What's the weirdest you've got?
Yeah.
So I get a lot of feet.
Really?
Feet, yeah.
Feet seems to be a thing,
Yeah,
eh?
I don't know why it's a thing,
crazy,
but
bro.
people love feet and like just everything with feet. Like send a picture with your feet arched and then send it with
Arched?
your toes spread out.
But
And
that's a nice request. Like, fuck yeah.
yeah, exactly.
There's my feet.
And then
And
you do
then-
it, eh? Like, and then
yeah.
you charge them for a foot photo.
I do it.
That's
Well,
crazy,
usually
bro.
foot photos I'll do for free, but if they want like a naughty
You should
foot
start charging
photo,
for your. You should start charging for your foot photos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
yeah,
I heard
I
about a chick in
should.
Australia that has a OnlyFans around her feet only.
Just her feet.
Exactly.
Just her feet, bro.
People
I
love
know.
feet, bro.
But do you
That's
think
so
they're
crazy.
getting that photo and jacking off to a foot?
No, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to think about that part, dude. I don't even want to
Yeah,
think about it.
I really think they do. I mean, I've
Because-
had guys send me like pictures and videos that I've sent of my feet. He then sends me a video where he's put my feet or the video whatever on his laptop screen and he's busy flicking his mealie.
What, this on OnlyFans? He can send that to you.
Yeah, so they can send me stuff as well.
Like videos and
Yeah,
stuff.
videos, photos.
That's crazy.
I've seen like 20,000
That
dicks
is
in the past couple of
wild.
months.
I just
Wild.
got a Meagle, bro. There's a bunch of dicks on there. as
Oh,
well,
yeah,
bro.
jeez.
And they're very excited to show. They're very proud and they're very excited to show you,
That is
And do
wild.
you enjoy these messages that you receive or not?
Not really. It does absolutely nothing for me,
Do you get
like even if they're good looking, even if they have the nicest dick in the world,
Yeah.
like it doesn't do anything for me. I'm in a happy relationship,
Mm.
but so for me it's just about the fun and whatever. But to be honest, I've really made some awesome connections on there. Like I've really met some really cool people, like
Okay.
decent people that are actually fucking interesting to talk to.
Dude, my mind's already blown.
That's, yeah, this is crazy
been
to me,
so
yeah.
far, and we haven't even got into most of it, bro.
Exactly, sure. So yeah, it's really
So, the mechanics of this app, right? Can you see analytics as well? Like, like on YouTube, if you have a channel or whatever, you can see analytics on Instagram, like where your followers are from and stuff. Maybe not specifically like who the person is, but you can maybe see like, oh, most of my followers come from South Africa. or most-
yes,
Like
definitely.
age range and
Yeah, where do
Yes.
most of your followers come from?
Yeah, definitely South Africa.
Okay.
Most of them. It's only about 10% that are overseas.
Okay.
But I'm trying to now reach out to the European and American market because obviously for them, $50 is nothing. But for me, it's a lot. So I'm trying to push more into that market. So I'm figuring out how to do that.
But
now.
how do you push into that market through OnlyFans? Because I would think with like Instagram it would be easy because you've got the Instagram page and you can say check out my OnlyFans if you've got a big following already.
Exactly.
But how does OnlyFans actually work? I mean, is it like the Instagram setup? I mean, can you go through just people's profiles?
Yeah,
And
so you can just search for people. It works like any other social media app would. You can search for people. So if you're interested to know if, Madonna, whatever, has a OnlyFans page, you can literally search for her, and if she has a page, it will pop up.
But would you like go about growing your OnlyFans page through other social media?
Absolutely, I'm trying
Or
to do that.
can you
yeah.
do that through OnlyFans itself? Like, can you grow?
Yeah, I think haven't, as I said, like, I haven't really done much research on OnlyFans yet because, like, my full-time job takes up so much of my time. So this is kind of just like a after-hours thing. But, like, social media platforms like Reddit and Twitter, obviously, you can go crazy. But
Yeah.
I've noticed with Instagram, because they're so strict, if I even type the word OnlyFans and there's a remotely sexual picture of me and I hashtag OnlyFans or I tag, or, say the word OnlyFans, it immediately gets removed. So I think Instagram is trying to not let people promote their OnlyFans on Instagram because it's more a sexual app, and they have all these rules.
And then Twitter's gone the complete opposite direction because
Yeah.
they allow everything.
Yeah, they don't care on
Twitter's
Twitter.
a war zone, bro.
No.
Yeah, Twitter was like,
Wow,
allows
Twitter, bro.
everything. And that I should actually make a Twitter account. I don't have a Twitter account
Yeah.
because I barely have time for what I have now, and now I can't even bear the thought of adding another app
yeah.
to
You
my
must follow
list.
me. I tweet about politics.
Interesting.
Quite thrilling.
So interesting.
So another thing that I wanted to ask, because you were saying you're trying to get into the European market, and then they were sort of asking, like, how do you do that and stuff. So I don't know, we follow these people from overseas called, it's like Impulsive, it's also a podcast run by Logan Paul, and they're friends with like girls that do OnlyFans and stuff as well. So what I've seen from Mike Malak's videos, bro, is that his girlfriend, who's Lana Reeds, she will collaborate with other, like they'll treat it like YouTube or any other app, right? Where it's like, okay, if you want to grow your audience, but I collaborate with someone who has a bigger audience than me, I'll steal some of their audience. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So that's how maybe you can start breaking into the European market or whatever. It's just
Or
like
collaborate with other OnlyFans
girls
models.
or in London, Spain or whatever, and then just be like, hey, let's collab. Let's
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, there is a cool referral program that OnlyFans offers. So
a referral program.
yeah, there's like a referral program. So you can refer someone, and then you get a percentage of whatever they make, and they get a percentage of whatever you make, and you
Oh,
refer
okay.
each
Okay.
other.
That's
So
clever,
it
bro,
kind of
right?
works like that, yeah. And you have to join via the link. There's a special
Yeah.
link, and then you join via the link, and then automatically 5% of what they make goes to you.
Okay.
So OnlyFans does take a little cut, obviously. So
Yeah.
if I send a picture for $50, I'll only make like 47 on that. They take like a small little cut.
That's not bad.
That's
bro.
not
Oh,
bad,
it's a
very
yeah.
small
Think about
cut.
how it adds up, though.
Exactly.
Yeah, over time. But
Yeah,
I mean,
over time
yeah.
they're making.
And I guess
a
again
lot.
that differs. It was a big change from the porn sites and stuff where I think they make a shit ton of the money, and then
Exactly.
the actresses get
Next to nothing.
next
Yeah.
to nothing. I don't know, but not as much as they would based on OnlyFans,
Exactly.
I assume.
You're
yo,
right.
it's crazy.
But yeah, I need to find a way to break into the European, and it is cool to collaborate. But what I've noticed is that I think I'm one of the very few South African girls that have actually done well.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't really benefit me to collaborate with anyone else because
Yeah.
it would benefit them to
Them
collaborate
more.
with me. So,
So,
I'm trying to find
yeah.
someone who's doing as well as me or better than me. Then I can start collaborating with them.
Because like what I wanted to ask was, like branding, right? So you always have to brand yourself. Did you try to brand yourself as like the South African girl and try to get South Africans, or how have you branded it?
Yeah. So
Yeah. And do
On
you know any
my-
other girls in South Africa doing it?
yeah.
Okay.
I know a handful, but they're not doing very well.
Okay.
And they're asking me for advice. But to be brutally honest, I think the only reason I've done so well is because I had that massive following
On
for so
Instagram,
long.
yeah.
So I think if I was just a regular, because now I only have like 1,700 and something followers. So I think if I
Yeah.
started it now, I wouldn't be
Yeah, it
anywhere
wouldn't show you.
near exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
where
people
I am
wouldn't
now.
know you. It'd be as
Exactly.
simple as that of going on. You
Yes,
don't
it's
know
just about
that's-
exposure. People don't know.
Yeah, and you were quite lucky with the fact that the stuff that you were posting on your original Instagram page kind of fitted in well with
Exactly.
the OnlyFans type of thing as well. So
Yeah, that's why when these people approached me, they were like, listen, you're going to make a lot of money. Think about it. These guys are dying to see you naked.
So
you
that was
know?
before you even decided to go into OnlyFans. They approached you
Yeah,
and
they
encouraged you
approached
to go
me.
into it.
I knew about OnlyFans and I spoke to boyfriend about it and he was like, no, you're not doing that. Forget it. And then, we researched more about it and we saw what other girls were posting and it wasn't far off from what I was already posting on Instagram. So
Yeah.
I thought, let's capitalize on it.
What's your like your character like? Because I'm thinking now, like I'm sitting next to you and you seem pretty normal and you seem like you're running this like OnlyFans thing as like a business and stuff. But if I just like see your OnlyFans side of you, would I be like, whoa, or like
There's,
you know?
yeah, there's like a different side
You know
to
what I'm
it.
saying?
Yeah, definitely. I'm a very open-minded, open person, and I'm really not afraid to share. And since I was, a little girl this high, I've loved I'm a Leo as well, so I love being the center of attention, and I love having, attention on me, and not in like a conceited way, but I do enjoy the limelight, and I'm very confident. I'm very, very confident in myself and my body. So yeah, you'll probably see a very different side of me. I'm very, very naughty.
So another question I want to ask, you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but what's your body count?
The
Like
hell
how-
does that mean?
How many people have you had sex with?
Oh, okay.
Like-
I'd say I don't know
Roughly,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, roughly like 8 maybe, because I've always been
That's crazy, eh?
I've always been in very
like
long
The
relationships.
relationships,
since-
yeah, relationship
yeah,
person.
like literally since my first relationships, I've jumped from one long relationship into the next. So it's only those little in between ones.
It's so crazy to think like
so
you seem pretty normal to me, bro. I don't know if you guys are getting the same vibe, eh? Like just
Well,
like a
she
normal
is
person.
normal,
No, but
dude.
like like usually you would like picture Belle Delphine, bro, or something like that. That's what people think when you think OnlyFans. And she's got like octopuses and stuff like all over her, bro. And you're like, this chick's not normal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on here, bro? Like you think,
yeah.
Mm.
but maybe
Even if
she-
you have
But
a
I
look at
think
those other
that's-
ones,
yeah,
But I think that's the whole. Why I'm actually doing so well is because I am a regular girl and I'm really down to earth.
Yeah.
I'm really down to earth, and I'm not this stuck up, fake boobs, fake lips. Like I'm a normal girl that is just really sexual and naughty and wants to have fun. Like, and I think that's what entices people, because you can go find girls that aren't like that on Pornhub. They want men now want real. They want the real thing. They want a real person.
I think the
who's-
fact that they can communicate with you and sort of get on some personal level makes it so much
Exactly.
better for them.
That's
because
why
Yeah.
OnlyFans
people
is so
get
successful.
lonely and shit as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess talking to someone that they can see get naked,
Exactly, and
sort
there's
of
guys on
similar
there
to
that genuinely have heartfelt conversations with me, and they genuinely just want advice on things. And there's some guys on there that just have normal. They've never asked me anything sexual. They don't ask for any photos. They don't buy any photos. They just want my friendship.
But don't you? Okay, coming from a guy though, don't you think maybe they're playing like the long game? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, probably.
like like I'll be that nice guy that's just
Yeah.
chilling, the whole time.
Exactly.
And then if you
Yeah.
break up, they're gonna be like, "Here's my chance, bro."
yeah, then all of a
Exactly.
sudden,
these photos for way too long.
Yeah.
I need this, bro.
No, definitely. There probably is a
Yeah.
handful of those, but I don't mind. And I stress on my OnlyFans all the time that I'm not only there to make money. I'm really not. Like,
Yeah.
I want this to be genuine. I want people to actually build a genuine connection with me. I'm not just there.
Okay. So I wanted to dive into home life a bit. Your parents, do they know that you do OnlyFans, or they're unaware?
Yeah, they know. They well, I don't know if I don't even think I've discussed it really with my dad. I don't feel it's something I need to bring up with my dad.
Yeah,
But he wouldn't mind
Yeah.
anyway. My
Yeah.
parents have always been very supportive, even of my modeling, and
Yeah.
because I've done nude modeling for a while now. So yeah, my dad doesn't mind at all, and neither does my mom. My mom and I are like, very, very close. So yeah, she knows everything. She obviously hasn't seen all the photos
Yeah.
and stuff, but she knows everything that I've posted on there, and she knows what's going on
Yeah,
and how
that's
much money
cool,
I've
bro.
made.
Yeah.
and
Like my
everything.
mom's also like that. My mom's very like open-minded. Like
Mm.
if I told her that, she'd be like, "That's weird," but she would be like, "It just doesn't work for guys."
What
We
if-
were speaking about it, like guys can't do this stuff, bro. Like
yeah,
maybe some, and maybe they do it, and maybe some of it works, but on average, like guys can't go. and
like
post
no one
these
wants
type
to
of
see
photos.
that, really,
Yeah.
bro. You know.
Exactly. It's usually guys that want to see.
Exactly.
Yeah,
girls.
exactly.
pretty easy going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you offered me the same amount of money, though,
Oh my word, bro.
you'll
I'll do
see
it.
me there.
I'll do it, bro.
You'll see me there.
Would we?
What, on OnlyFans?
Okay, if
Right.
I was making Belle Delphine money,
If-
because her highest withdrawal I think was 2.3 in one go.
Yeah. So let's say
yeah,
you,
absolutely. Belle Delphine money, absolutely.
let's say you
Jesus,
get,
bro.
let's say I was like, okay, Frey, you can earn R1 million a month guaranteed. Will you sit there and jack it off for everyone to see?
For $1 million.
$1 million a month.
Honest question. Honest question. Answer honestly, bro.
I'd plan my finances to see if I could do it for the rest of my life.
You don't have to, bro. If you're making $1 million a month, bro, You do that for 2 years. If you do it for 2 years, you could sustain yourself for the rest of your life. If you were money savvy, bro.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
24 mil.
yeah,
Buy
if,
a house and you live.
yeah. I mean, my only concerns would be my current job, and then my family. I don't think would be too stoked about that.
No, but
But
dude, okay, here's the question. You're not answering the question. Would you do it?
If that's what you want to hear,
No, I want to hear your honest opinion. Would
yes,
you?
probably.
Yeah, I think we.
I would.
bro.
I would.
Dude, give
You're offering me
give
that
a
money?
milli, bro.
Well, I can be
Yo.
honest with you. If I was single and I didn't really have parents that loved me,
Hectic.
I'd be going balls to the walls on there.
Hectic.
I'd be
Just
going
anything
I'd
and
be going
everything.
Crazy, yeah. Well, to give you an idea, I don't know if this might be too much, but actually the owner, I don't know if you know the porn site blacked.com
I think so.
and vixen.com.
We don't know them, but yeah.
Well, anyway.
That's not a trap question to you
See,
guys.
it's safe with me. Yeah, so the owner of those websites actually approached me and they were like, "You're perfect for, for camera and
Oh,
you're
really?
perfect for porn.
Wow.
Please
To
come
go
to
to the
the
big
come
stuff,
to the
yeah.
come to the USA. I'll make you a millionaire." And yeah, if I was single and didn't have parents that loved me, I'd be there. I'd really be there.
Hectic,
That's
bro.
crazy.
That
I have
industry's
the
But
really
like we were
personality.
saying, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that takes
Do
it
they
really
get
far.
do they get paid well?
You have no idea.
I guess you can sort of use that platform to get famous as a porn star, like
Exactly.
Lana Rhodes and like
Yeah.
Riley Reid and
Then
them, and
move out
then
of
use
there.
it, move it out, and then go to OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's too glamorous, the actual porn industry
No.
itself.
No, apparently it isn't, and yeah,
Well, if it
that's
doesn't-
why
Yeah, sorry.
I don't
If
think I would ever.
Because you also
I've
hear
obviously
horror
never-
stories as well.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
trafficking and all that stuff
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Exactly.
Like that's the dark side, bro. But if you listen to like Riley Reid's podcast, bro, she not her podcast, the podcast that she was on, she loves it, bro.
Yeah, she's
But
got something
then-
wrong with her. That
She
girl.
100%. Yeah.
Dude, she just loves the D way too much, bro. But then you listen to like Mia Khalifa, who saw like a bit of the bad side where like her stuff was blowing up, but she wasn't really getting paid for it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like a viral video that went viral, but you don't really get paid after the fact, you know?
Yeah.
You only get paid once people know who you are. So if she had to do
That's
it now, she's got
Yeah,
like
that's
OnlyFans
why I
stuff
like OnlyFans because I have the control.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
You know, when you're working for an agent and when you start doing like actual porn
Yeah.
and stuff, it can become a very dark place very quickly, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Especially if you're producing content like that, you want to know that you're getting paid for it.
exactly.
You don't wanna
because
be-
then you're bound to your whole family is gonna see it, all your friends, everyone you know will know, and yeah, it just leaves nothing, no private life.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
OnlyFans has got that level of privacy to an extent, whereas the porn websites, you can just surf them, and
Yeah,
you know,
literally
any
anyone can go
family
there.
member could stumble across,
Exactly
you know,
my
you
point.
there.
Oh,
And that's why I
crazy.
also
Yeah, I
made
didn't
my
think about that.
subscription. You know, you have to pay for the subscription because
Yeah.
it weeds out the rubbish
yeah,
a
the
little
scam.
bit.
Yes,
you know.
yes.
And I also make my stuff quite expensive so that if something does get leaked, I can track who's purchased it and
Yeah, so
Yeah.
with leaking, I mean, does stuff not leak all the time on OnlyFans?
I've only had one or two things leak, but nothing completely nude, just yet. So yeah, it's not too bad. Because you can't save anything, but obviously you can screenshot
Yeah.
and
Do you get
screen
like a
record.
notification if someone screenshots a picture?
No, unfortunately not. And I wish,
Yeah,
I
'cause
wish.
Snapchat
They
is-
should
Yeah,
make
they
that,
should.
yeah.
Yeah, because Snapchat does, and they really should because that protects us, But it also has a watermark on the pictures and videos saying with my username.
Oh, okay. So did you get
So-
advertising?
Yeah,
then if
yeah,
you-
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
But the thing is, yeah, if people start, leaking a whole bunch of pictures, you're going to lose out on subscribers because people can just get the stuff for free that's going around.
Or they'll see and be like, oh, I want to get more of this. Let me go
Could
subscribe.
work both ways,
exactly.
I guess.
Yeah.
And I like to believe that because they've paid for it, why
is
would they
mine.
go and give it
Yeah.
to everyone else for free? They've paid for it.
That's true.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why you don't see too much of it.
So, but there was this little website, but it even started before I had OnlyFans. There was some website called like Sexy YouTuber Forum or something, where some jerk off was, got hold of some of my nude photos from years ago. And they had this like little dark web forum thing where they'd say, okay, does anyone have content of Natasha? Does anyone have content of this
That's
girl?
strange.
Oh, there was even a comment that says someone needs to get into Natasha's laptop. I know there's stuff on there.
Oh, that's
So it's
creepy.
someone that knows me. It's obviously someone that knows me personally that
Yeah.
started this little dingy website, and they're trying to get nudes of South African girls. So
See, that
Yeah.
just leads to like
Creepy
the whole
stuff.
dark side of
Yeah.
life, like
Exactly. But I mean,
But yeah,
I'm going to be
well-
honest, like, you know, you can literally Google my name, and like 1 or 2 nude photos do come up on Google. So
Oh, no ways.
I can't be too surprised,
Yeah.
you know, once you decide to do nude modeling and put your stuff out there, it's out there.
It's going
I
to
mean,
be
you
out
were
there.
nude
you know.
modeling already, you said. So-
Exactly. I've been doing nude modeling for like 7 years already, so my stuff was bound to get out there at some point. But luckily, it's none of the hectic, raunchy stuff.
And then,
Yeah.
like with your boyfriend, does he get like extra bomb content, or is he like, I don't even want to see that? Because like
No,
you,
he doesn't want to.
No interest.
But
Yeah.
but he did. I mean, he's got the real thing. He doesn't need
Yeah.
photos.
Yeah, that
Well,
is
like,
true.
like let's say he goes on a holiday or something, bro.
Yeah,
know,
I'll send
Would
him.
it, but then like when he receives a photo, don't you think he might think like, this is how the other people feel? You know, like,
What, like,
Yeah,
is this
well-
this is the same one that you've used?
yeah, is there not like some skepticism that goes into it, bro?
Well, like that's where it's cool because he's not really that kind of person.
That
Like
thinks about it,
he's
yeah.
never sent a picture of himself to anyone, and even like throughout our, because I'm quite a sexual, spontaneous. Like I'm that kind of girl that will send like my boyfriend naughty shit all day, but he's just not like that. Like he'd rather just wait until he gets home, or you know,
Yeah.
in person. He doesn't really, because then he's worried someone gets hold of his phone and sees it. So he's like a very private person. So I don't even bother sending him stuff because
Yeah.
he'll just be like, "Ooh, that's so sexy," but he doesn't like,
Yeah.
he doesn't like engage with me about it. So I don't even bother.
That's crazy,
yeah.
bro.
So I mean, you say people can request what you should do next and stuff like that. Have you had some wild requests?
Besides the feet, yeah.
Yeah,
Anything else that was weird?
Besides feet, the one guy just wanted like a video with me like on my knees sticking my tongue out, like as if I was about to receive a
Oh,
Okay.
facial. Yeah, I receive obviously a lot of can you do a BJ video, can you do a sex video with your boyfriend, can you.
and how does that work? So they send you a message and they say, we'll give you $200 if you do this video.
If you do that.
No, so I'll decide. So a cool feature of my VIPs is that you can request personal content from me. So if you want, okay, I want you to wear red lingerie, I want you to do a striptease for me, and then whatever, blah blah blah. Then I'll say cool. Then I'll send them the video. I'll put a lock on it. I'll describe what I'm doing in the video or in the photo or whatever, and then I decide how much it's worth. And because they've requested it, they're more than likely going to pay for it because
Yeah.
they've requested that personal content. And then, yeah, that's how I make my money. So I make a lot of my money on personal and
Personal
customized
touch.
requests. Yeah.
That's really crazy.
Yeah, customized content. And it's always normal things.
Yeah.
It's like playing with yourself, moaning.
The
stuff like-
usual stuff.
Yeah, this is the normal
Usual
boy
stuff.
stuff that they want to see, like your facial expressions when you're having an orgasm and blah blah blah. Yeah, normal boy stuff, I guess.
Yeah. It just makes me like also wonder like she said like all these guys know exactly what they want, bro. I don't know if I'm that like that. Like I
No,
know, I
yeah.
know what I like, what I don't like, and I've always been the type of guy. Like, you guys know me, like I'm a bit adventurous, bro. Like I do weird things sometimes, bro. But it's like I've never been like, this is the thing. Send me this and do that.
Yeah.
Like I'll be like,
Like it's
oh,
real
I'm
specific.
the type of guy that gets into the situation. I'm like, oh, we're doing this now. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, how did I get into this?
Yeah, some guys are very specific, and then others are just like, I don't know, surprise me. This is what I like, so do something along those lines.
I like boobs. Send me boobs.
Sin bobs.
Exactly.
Send boobs.
Bob's and vagine. Bob's and vagine.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, and then some guys are really rough, like with their language and stuff. Like, it's like hectic, and
Yeah,
it's
I can
it's so funny because half the time I'm like on the couch, like eating a bag of chips or something, and I'm like, oh, I'm so horny, baby. Wow, my pussy's so wet, and I'm like laughing. Laughing with my boyfriend. I'm like, look at this wanker. And he's like, he thinks I'm really into the conversation, and yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
Quite
wild,
funny.
bro.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I am genuine most of the time, but you know, obviously I'm not horny 24/7. I'm not
Yeah.
wet 24/7. So
Yeah.
you know, but that's, you have to obviously entice them and keep up this whole little persona.
Yeah, because you want to keep them there, right? So you got to give
Exactly.
them sort of
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wanna move
And
on
what's
to- sorry, carry on.
yeah. And what's quite nice is that you can also schedule posts. So, you know, for someone like me that doesn't really have a lot of free time, it's nice because I can say, okay, on the 5th of February, I want this post to go up at 7 o'clock. I want this message to send. You can even send you can even schedule things to send automatically at certain times.
Dude, Instagram.
That's
doesn't
pretty
even
cool.
allow
So I
you to
can
do that,
plan
bro.
my
Yeah.
whole week and not even have to
Yeah.
log on to OnlyFans. My whole week is already
Have a
planned.
busy Sunday and then just
Exactly.
schedule for
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. That's pretty
Exactly.
cool.
Like
It's
I always do
convenient.
hump day things on hump day. So like last night I just spent an hour and I just scheduled
When is hump day?
Today.
Wednesdays.
Today.
Wednesdays. Yeah,
hump day.
today.
So I want to move on to questions that we got from our Instagram followers.
Yeah.
So some of them are, a lot of them are obviously how much money do you make. We've covered that. Go rewind.
How many did my girlfriend put in there?
Just one. That was how much money she wanted to know. And she said, "Don't flirt a friend." I'm joking. That was obviously a joke. That second part. So someone asked, how sustainable is it as a full-time occupation?
I'd say quite sustainable once you build up a good following and
Okay.
and also, you know, because I don't have much time, I'm not maximizing how much I can make on here. I mean, girls are making insane amounts of money every month, but that's because that's all they do all day
Yeah.
is take
Yeah.
pictures and videos, and so I obviously don't have that luxury.
But if you dedicated a lot more time to it, do you think you could increase your profits like quite exponentially?
Absolutely. And I've been considering it. You know, I'm really happy with my full-time job though, and I want a stable career. I don't want to just be a
Just
girl
rely on
that takes
that.
naked photos.
Okay.
I want a professional life as well.
I forgot to ask, what do you do for, what is your full-time job?
Sales consultant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next question. Sorry,
Okay, go
I
for it.
completely forgot about that. This guy, I've outed him already, bro, as a guy. He wants to know, would you ever do something with one of your OnlyFans? Like you message these people apparently or whatever. Would you ever meet someone and then like afterwards go on a date with them, or would it just be like subscribe?
I guess in your situation it would be a bit
Obviously, if you
different.
were single.
Yeah. If I was
Yeah.
single, definitely. If I knew that it was actually the person, like I'd have to have voice notes and pictures and
Yeah,
things
yeah.
to confirm
That it's
it
actually
is the
them.
right person.
But so do you think there's potential to actually conjure up a relationship through OnlyFans?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how successful that would be because obviously most girls are on there to make money and interact with guys, and a lot of guys wouldn't be comfortable with that. But yeah, I think definitely.
Then the next question was, do you make any content basically that is physically, like, do you sell any physical content? And would you ever consider that? So like this guy's example, because I asked him, I was like, this doesn't make any sense. He's like, he wants to send a postcard of his to like his uncle in Germany. Like, would you make like postcards with like photos of you on like to your
Yeah,
only?
that's actually such a cool idea. I've never thought of that. Never
There we
ever
go.
thought of that. I would totally do that. And something else that's cool that I get asked a lot for is, can you ship me a pair of your used panties?
Really? And then
I think that's big as well.
that's a
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
thing, bro.
And
Because
it
when we
must be
spoke-
used.
yeah.
It must be used. So I don't know.
How do they know?
How would they know though?
Yeah.
Just, I guess they would smell.
Smell it or
I
something.
guess,
But
which is
then
kind of
you
weird.
gotta- what then? You have to smell it yourself to make sure that it does smell like you want it, bro. Because if you ship a product off and it smells like it doesn't smell like anything, they're gonna be like, no. So you have to
Yeah.
check yourself. But
What, do
anyway,
they refund the
Yeah,
product if
it's
it
very-
doesn't
You
smell?
can't, bro.
Very strange.
That's
How
nasty.
much would you sell a panty for, bro?
Sure, I don't even know. Like, I'd say like $50 to $100 because
The going price
not
of a
really-
used panty, dude. That's crazy.
$50
But
to
Yeah.
$100.
yeah,
imagine you could sell your
somewhere
used jocks,
between-
bro. The ones with the hole in it, bro. The shit stain on the other
Because I
side,
mean,
bro.
what, a pair of panties.
No one wants to smell that, bro.
But yeah, like a pair of panties is cheap,
Yeah.
so it's not no
That's
skin
true,
off
yeah.
my teeth to send a pair of used.
Yeah.
If that's really what floats your boat.
I think a lot of people are into that because when we spoke, sorry, we mentioned
Because
Baldolphine.
then it's
but
something that's literally been worn by the person, and it's like, oh my
it's like,
god.
what is it, like a
This is
souvenir
the closest
kind
I
of
can
thing?
get to
Yeah.
her pussy.
She, the closest thing.
Yeah.
Because Baldolphine did the bathwater, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
my
like that's way.
word.
that's
After
heads,
her,
Yeah.
after her, she did a porn
Yeah.
video on Christmas or whatever. She said she was going to sell the used condom,
Crazy.
but I don't know
Oh
if she's actually
no,
following
that's
through with this.
terrible.
That's
Oh.
revolting, though, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, and then why did you join? Why did they join?
Just because I really thought I could maximize and make a lot of profit, which I did.
And then how do you feel about what other people think?
Don't care. Really
Okay.
don't care. Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
I'm doing it for me, and you know,
I know.
I'm rich, so. So
Perfect
yeah, I
timing,
don't care.
And then any advice to someone who wants to start? Which has got me very interested in this person's comment, bro.
Definitely. So I'd say make sure that this is what you want to do, because once it's out there, it's out there. And
That's good advice, bro. I
Yeah.
didn't expect it to be that
Yeah,
good. I thought you were just
no,
gonna be like,
and
"What's the
realize-
sexy word?"
yeah, and you know,
Yeah.
I think it was just a lot easier for me because I'm a naturally very confident person, and I already had the sexual Instagram page. So it was a lot easier for me. But I think my tips and advice would be, make sure you're confident, because you're not going to get very far on this app if you're not confident and you're not willing to show certain things, you know, if you're not willing to put it all out there. Because, yeah, you know, it needs that constant effort and
Yeah.
time. And, yeah, so
Yeah.
I'd say just be sure that this is really what you want to do, because once it's out there, it's out there.
Yeah, and I guess you don't want to go on there and do like a half job and not really get
Exactly.
much followers, and you've
Yeah.
posted like a naked photo for no real reason.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
you got to have the stomach for it, I think, as well. You know?
Absolutely. You have to be prepared for everything that comes with it. Like, luckily for me, no, I haven't really had any negativity yet with this at all. But I think some people have, and that you have to be aware that it's not just, oh, awesome, making money and it's safe and whatever. It can get out there, and there's no guarantee that you're 100% safe. It's a risk you're willing to take.
What is your number of followers at the moment?
So I have 39 VIPs and I think 139 or 140 standard subscribers.
Okay, because I see obviously
That's
as
pretty good, bro.
as
Yeah.
your
That's
following increases, it's going to become there's been more risk with, I don't know, more hate mail, more chance of it leaking and stuff like that.
Exactly. But yeah, that income isn't guaranteed every month. So if there's 140 subscribers,
What's the drop off
once
rate?
that, what's that?
The drop off rate.
Yeah, it seems to be quite big-ish. I think a lot of people get over it. Like, I had, like, people will join and then their subscription will end and then they won't renew. So I
Yeah.
think they come on to just maybe see what it's about and everything, and then they
Yeah.
go, okay, it's maybe not worth it. Or they, you know, because it's South African men mostly, a lot of them probably can't really afford. You know, a lot of guys tell me,
keep
like,
up.
shit, can't wait for payday. I'm going to buy X video. You know, I'm going to buy this video and this video when I get paid. So from what I can gather, a lot of guys don't actually have a lot. There's only like 5 or 6 people that will buy everything I send them. So I
Okay.
focus on those people because that's where I'm going to.
That's where the main
You
money
gotta
comes
keep
from.
your
Do you have to be 18 to
That's what I hope so,
to
bro.
like go on it as a user?
Yeah, I'm assuming so, because you need to you have to put in your ID number and card details.
And it is
everything,
like
so-
explicit content, so I
Exactly.
would imagine you would need to be.
Exactly. I imagine so. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I imagine so.
Is there age to start doing it? You have to be like over 21 to be a OnlyFans. What are you?
I'd
gonna
assume
call it?
18.
I think it's
18.
18.
I would imagine 18 as well, yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
South African legal age.
I was just thinking
so.
they would try to use like the American standard of 21. I don't know.
No, dude, if they can
Monetize. more,
monetize,
yeah.
they'll do whatever they can.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's mad, bro. Okay, yeah, that's all the Instagram ones. Have you guys got any more questions? Anything that you?
I think we've done a good amount of covering.
Yeah, I think we have. I mean, my mind's fucking absolutely
My
blown.
mind's blown.
I mean,
Still
this is
digesting
an
it.
incredible conversation,
my
and I'm
mind
so
is
glad we
blown.
had it.
We're gonna
My
go
mind
home
is
all
blown.
now, us three, and try see what our sexiest photos are. See if we can put them somewhere.
We're starting our
I
only
never,
post.
Yeah.
I never thought it would get to this. I was shocked. I was
Yeah.
absolutely shocked when I saw how much money it was making. I never thought it would ever get to this. I mean,
Yeah,
my boyfriend and I are literally buying like our dream home because of this.
that's mad.
A
Yeah.
big-
Awesome,
big
that's
part of
amazing,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, so
It's-
it's
yeah,
really cool.
It's wholesome at the end, but have you ever? I've got another question. Have you ever thought about pulling a big stunt like Dolphin to like get that massive exposure?
Like,
What, like the
Stunts.
porn?
Like no. That was the like final stunt, bro. First few stunts were just like weird videos to YouTube that blew up with her, like with octopuses and stuff, bro. That
Oh, that like
she
cosplay
is
type of
so
stuff.
good at marketing, bro.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you know who Will and E is, bro. The YouTuber.
Yeah.
She sent him a car
Mm,
with all
that
those goodies
pink.
inside to market herself,
Mm.
bro. Because all these guys that follow Will and E on his YouTube channel eventually see this, and then they go to Delphine, and she bought him a car just to do the marketing stunt, bro.
Yeah.
see, that's what I need to start doing. My only thing is
Yeah.
time. I just don't have the time because of my job. And I'm actually studying marketing. I'm studying a
that's
marketing
crazy, yeah.
degree. So I need to start putting those marketing things into
Me and you
practice,
had
then
an
I'll make a
interesting
lot more.
conversation about marketing, bro.
Yeah. It was serious, but it was funny
It
as
was
well.
serious,
Yeah.
It was funny because we were basically saying that like all these people, like no offense, are studying marketing. They get to these companies and they're like, "Hey, you stop posting to our social media, bro."
Like reply to comments.
Yeah, because like that's what marketing is mainly now. Like we were like, what do these big marketing companies do? That should be our next guest, bro. Like someone that's high up in marketing.
Yeah, maybe they could educate us.
And then we can actually like curate a whole plan to get your.
It's quite a broad degree, I think.
Yes, well,
Yeah.
hoping this podcast gave me some
Definitely, there's
subscribers.
definitely a few guys that I think.
Hopefully it gets
100%,
us
yeah.
some
Right.
subscribers.
You won't be disappointed.
So yeah, I think that's it from my side, bro. I'm pretty good. I think I've asked everything that I think.
Yeah, as we said, I mean, what an amazing conversation. I'm so glad that you
Yeah.
joined us today. It
Thank
was really,
you
really
for
awesome
having
having you on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for having me. It
Yeah.
was really great to talk about it, and yeah, it's exciting. Can't wait to see what the future holds.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Give yourself a shout out. Instagram.
Where can we
OnlyFans,
find you?
where can we
So
find you?
my OnlyFans is blue_eyed_honey.
How'd you come up with that name? You see, now I'm getting more questions.
Blue-eyed honey.
I don't know, because I think that's what my eyes is definitely one of the main.
okay,
I get a
nice,
lot
nice.
of requests for like, make sure your eyes are in it.
Yeah.
So
that's
yeah,
good.
I think my eyes.
Yeah.
And then my Instagram is Colvin's Girl. That's my boyfriend's name.
Okay.
And yeah, that's all I really have.
Okay.
Instagram
Do you guys
and,
wanna follow
Blue Eyed
there?
Honey.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you guys liked the
Yeah.
episode, like, subscribe, comment, and we will see you guys in the next one.
We'll see you
Play
next
our
time.
closing song.
Shout out to Zapcast Studios in Johannesburg for supporting content creators with the use of their studio. Find out more about them by emailing hello@zapcast.org or follow them on their social media platforms at Zapcast_studios on Instagram and TikTok, at SA Zapcast on Twitter, and Zapcast SA on Facebook.